Welcome back to another video. I'm Brick Building Machine here with a tutorial on Lego foliage. So I have mainly trees here, but with a few bushes and plants sprinkled in. So without further ado, let's get to the first tutorial. First we'll take a look at this, and this is a very simple little pine tree. Basically it is just 7 pieces, and you just take 7 of these 1 by 1 sand green bricks and stack them on a brown cone, and that's pretty much all there is to that one. And next we will be moving into this bush. It looks really complicated, but it's actually pretty simple, so let's get right into the tutorial. So before starting this tutorial on the bush, you are going to need a ton of these pieces to build the bush. But getting into the tutorial, so the first little assembly that you will make for this is taking 4 of these green slant pieces, place it like this, and then you're going to want to place these green, these green slant pieces over these ones, just like this, and then you're going to make 2 of these assemblies. And as I build this one, I will have the completed one off in the distance, and basically what I'm going to be doing is just exactly what I'm showing here on screen. And do not worry if something is overlapping or kind of hanging off the side. Everything really gets covered up. That doesn't look too good. And you should end up with something that looks like this. And once again, you're going to make 2 of these. So you're going to have these 4 assemblies. Once you have those completed, set them off to the side. And then you're going to make this one. And this right here is the last assembly you're going to need to make. I'm just using this kind of as a background. You're only going to need to make 1 of them. I just have that in the background for reference. And I'm using a bad piece as a stand, because what else am I going to use that trash for? So yeah, basically it's this style of, this technique is basically just placing these green slant pieces in an interlocking pattern, and when you put it all together it makes it really look good. Now that you have all 5 of these assemblies assembled, you're going to take these 2 black studs in all 4 sides bricks and place them on the 2 corners, diagonal from each other, of this assembly that you only built 1 of, and then you're going to just connect all of these other assemblies that you made. So I like to start with the sides first, and then it just interlocks very nicely, makes it look like a bush. And then take the ends, then you place it, and you have your bush assembled. This next tree is a tree idea from Luke's Legos, and it's a really cool tree idea. Well, basically all you do, you just take a regular pine tree and just place flowers inside of it, and it makes a really nice looking Lego tree. And this is probably one of the simplest trees you've ever seen. Basically you just need really 5 pieces to make this. You're just going to take the trunk and make the trunk out of 2 of these brown 1 by 1 by 5 pieces, connect them, and then just add some leaves together, and then find a spot you want to connect the brown brick to, and then put it on there, and you have yourself a nice little tree. And this one is a more difficult one to build. It's a Lego birch tree, so here are the pieces that you will need. And I'm in my other recording area because the white plates really weren't being captured by the other area. And sorry for this area right here. I will try and edit it out, but if I don't, I'll write on the screen right now, I didn't feel like it, probably with a smiley face because I'm cheesy like that. But the first thing you're going to want to do is take this, make this right here. So what this is just a bunch of, essentially how you build the birch tree is by making a stock of black bricks, basically, I guess you could call it. And you want to use 3 of these. So you're going to start off on the bottom, taking a black 4x4 studs on all sides brick, then putting 2 bricks on top of it, taking another one, putting it on there, then stacking 4 another ones, and then finishing it off on top with the third one. And this forms kind of the stock base of the build. Then you're going to take all the white tiles you have and place them all around the tree in different ways, and this really is what creates that birch look. So I'm just kind of placing these pieces at random basically, and this really is what makes it look like a birch, having that kind of white and then there's black outlines. I've seen other ways, sorry for the voice crack, for making birch trees. I just personally like this one the best, and so that's why I've included it in this video. Sorry for all the rambling, but this does take a while to build this, so I will cut and just show you they're finished. So essentially, this is what you want it to look like. Basically, you have your black stock, and then you just take all of the white tiles, unless you have a lot of them, and just place them all over this black stock, and then you basically get this. So it really looks like a birch tree because of the black and white, and I know 80 Bucks will be happy with me about making this because he's been requesting me to make a tutorial for about 2 years on this. And to finish off, basically just put leaves on top of this, and then that's what you get. And back in the other studio, this is the tree we're going to be building next. It is a flowering tree with white petals. So the first step is to take these 3 pieces and combine them all using this red Technic rod in the middle, and it will look just like this. Then take a brown stick, specifically one that is kind of bitten or damaged. You can't really see how bad mine is because my camera isn't that good, but then you're going to take a brown cone and slide it over the top of the stick, and then take the bottom of a palm tree and slide the stick into the bottom of the palm tree, making sure that this little stick doesn't kind of hang over the bottom. You want to pull it out just enough so you can still fit it in, but it still hides the stick. Next, you're going to slide a stick into the top of this assembly, and then take a leaf and slide the leaf through the stick. Then take 2 brown cones that you stack together, slide those into the stick, and then, for the finishing touch, add a leaf to the top. Now comes the fun part of this tree, making it flower, is adding flowers to the bottoms of these parts of the tree, and then you can also add studs to the top parts of the tree. And it really looks good when you add as many flowers as you have to this tree. I simply just don't have too much white studs or flowers, so I can't add them to this tree, but as much as you have, it will make it look better the more flowers and studs you add. So for the final part of this foliage tutorial, I'm going to be making this arched tree. And sorry for the squeaking that you may hear during this tutorial in the background, but my family and little brother are home, so of course they have to make some background noise. So the first thing that we'll be focusing on is this little base. So the first thing that you're going to do is take a brown stud, put it underneath this brick with 4 studs on all sides, and then take 4 1x1 bricks, stack them on top of each other, and then another brick that has studs on all 4 sides, and then another stud. So that's a closer view of it. So you're going to make just 1 of these, then you're going to make 4 of these assemblies. Now what these are is, you can make them however way you want, just make sure that it is a plate and then a tile above it. But the way I liked to make it was by just taking 2 of these 1x4 tiles, put them on top of each other like this, and then take a 1x2 plate, put it underneath, and then you're going to make 4 of these, including this one, and then you're going to put those on top or on the sides of these 1x1 plates, and it's kind of tricky to get the right placement of these, but basically you just want to have it line up like this, where the stud is just hanging off a little bit right here and kind of indented a little bit on the top. So with the base, you're going to, again, the stud will come out a little bit, but the stud itself, the top of the stud will come out a little bit, and then the stud itself will be indented just a little bit, and then the bottom will come out so that you can grip onto something. Then of course you want to make a base for the base of the tree, or the trunk of the tree, and I just like using a 2x2 plate, and you can put this 2x2 plate on anything, 2x2 jumper plate on anything. I like putting it in my city, but I just have this green plate for display purposes. Next we're going to make the arch. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take a brown cheese slope and a headlight brick, and then hopefully you don't throw it off of your table like I just did. So without throwing it off your table, you're going to combine it, and it's going to look like this. Then you're going to take a inverted slope and then a regular 1x2 slope and combine those like that. Then take a 1x3 slope, add that, another 1x2 slope, and then take a 1x1 brick and then another inverted 1x3 slope. Next, this is the most important thing, basically connecting the two things. And you're going to do that by connecting the trunk to the bottom of the headlight brick. If you connect it right here, it's going to look weird, but if you connect it right here, it is going to look proper, like a proper arched tree. Next, of course, you're going to add the leaves, and you can do whatever you want. I just prefer to just do a jumble of regular light green leaves and just stick it to the middle of the arched tree. And there you go. That's how you make that arched tree. And that is it for this tutorial on how to make Lego foliage. Hopefully I mispronounced it, so you can let me know down in the comments if I did so. But that is going to be it for this tutorial. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave me a comment down below on what you'd like to see next. But that's it for me. See everyone next time.